Hello friends, myself Dr. Neena Thakur. In this video, we will discuss what are semiconductors, how we define holes and electron in a semiconductors, what is band theory of semiconductors, what is valence band and conduction band, what is Fermi level in semiconductors, and the properties of semiconductors. Now, in solid state physics, materials are generally classified into three groups: insulators, conductors, and semiconductors. What are insulators? Insulators are those material which does not allow electric current to pass through them are called insulators. And insulators are also called as poor conductors. If we talk about conductors, so conductors are those materials which easily allow electric current to pass through them and they have a high electrical conductivity. Now, what are semiconductors? Semiconductors are those materials which have an electrical conductivity between conductors and insulators. Most commonly used semiconductors are gallium arsenide, germanium, and silicon. Silicon is used in electronic circuit for fabrication, whereas gallium arsenide is used in solar cells, laser diode, etc. Now, how we define holes and electron in a semiconductors? Holes and electrons are the types of charge carrier which are responsible for the flow of current in a semiconductor. Holes, which are also called as valence electron, are the positively charged particle, whereas electron are the negatively charged particles. Both electrons and holes are equal in magnitude, but opposite in polarity. How we define the mobility of electrons and holes? In a semiconductor, the electron mobility is often greater than the hole mobility because quite often the electron effective mass is smaller than the hole effective mass. The relaxation times are often of the same order of magnitude for electrons and holes, and therefore they do not too much differences. Now, what is a band theory of semiconductors? The introduction of band theory happened during the quantum revolution in science. Walter Hiltler and Fritz London discovered the energy bands. We know that the electrons in an atom are present in different energy levels. When we try to assemble a lattice of a solid with n atoms, then each level of an atom must split up into n levels in the solid. This splitting up of sharp and tightly packed energy levels forms energy bands. The gap between nearby bands representing a range of energies that possess no electron, which is called band gap. Now let's see how we define the energy band gaps in different materials like insulator, semiconductor, and conductor. In insulator, the band gap or the forbidden energy gap between valence band and conduction band is very large, and the value of the band gap in insulator is about 15 electron volt. If we talk about semiconductor, so the band gap between valence band and the conduction band is very small as compared to insulator, and its value is about 1 electron volt for semiconductor. If we talk about conductor, so the valence and the conduction band overlap each other. There is no band gap in a conductor. Therefore, they have a high electrical conductivity. Now let's see how we define valence band and conduction band. The energy band involving the energy levels of valence electrons is known as valence band. It is the highest occupied energy band. When we compare the band gap of semiconductor with insulator, so it is smaller. It allows the electrons in the valence band to jump into the conduction band on receiving any external amount of energy. Now, what is conduction band? It is the lowest unoccupied band that includes the energy level of positive poles or negative, which are also called as free electrons, charge carriers. It has conducting electrons resulting in the flow of current. The conduction band possess high energy level and are generally empty. The conduction band in semiconductor accepts the electron from the valence band. Now, how we define Fermi level in semiconductors? Fermi level denoted by EF. It is present between the valence band and conduction band. It is the highest occupied molecular orbital at absolute zero. The charge carriers in this state have their own quantum states and generally do not interact with each other. When the temperature rises above absolute zero, then these charge carriers will begin to occupy states above Fermi level. This is the Fermi level which lie between the valence band and the conduction band, and it is represented by the EF. Now, let's see the properties of semiconductors. Semiconductors can conduct electricity under preferable conditions or circumstances. This unique property makes it an excellent material to conduct electricity in a controlled manner as required. If we talk about the resistivity of a semiconductor, so its value lies from 10 to the power minus 5 to 10 to the power 6 ohms meter. If we talk about conductivity, so the conductivity of semiconductor lie between 10 to the power 5 to 10 to the power minus 6 mho per meter. Now the temperature coefficient of resistance for a semiconductor is negative. And the current flow in a semiconductor is due to the charge carriers, which are electrons and holes. Now, why does the resistivity of semiconductor go down when we increasing the temperature? The difference in resistivity between conductors and semiconductors is due to their differences in charge carrier density. The resistivity of semiconductors decreases with temperature because the number of charge carriers increases rapidly with increase in temperature, making the fractional change, its mean the temperature coefficient for semiconductor become negative. There are some important properties of semiconductors are as follows. Semiconductor acts like an insulator at 0 Kelvin temperature. On increasing the temperature, it works as a conductor. Due to their exceptional electrical properties, semiconductor can be modified by doping to make semiconductor devices suitable for energy conversion, switches, and amplifiers. They have laser power losses. Semiconductors are smaller in size and possess less weight. Their resistivity is higher than conductor but lesser than insulators. The resistance of semiconductor material decreases with increases in temperature and vice versa.